darling!
What?
What are you doing out here?
Working.
But darling, it's Christmas.
I know, but YouTube. The algorithm.
Ah, darling, first of all, you can stop with the Dickens references. It's not that cold out here. And secondly, I'm afraid I must put my foot down. It has been a great year, darling. Let's celebrate.
Welcome everyone, I am Andy and this is our Furniture Fables Season 4 finale and Christmas special. We will be doing a countdown of my top 10 Furniture Fables picks for 2022, checking in with all of the drama with the As The Paint Dries cast and even doing a little holiday baking with the one and only Drea. So settle in and get comfy as we kick things off with number 10.
My pick for our number 10 spot is this small side table that was not much to look at first glance. It was missing a back and covered in too dark, too glossy, and oversprayed finish. That was the Fable. I busted out my new carbide scraper, and I used it to remove a lot of that old finish. Then I sanded and sanded and sanded and scraped and vacuumed and sanded some more and then flipped and scraped some more. And then finally, I got out my chemical stripper to get into all of the little nooks and crannies and stubborn spots still holding on to the old finish. I even used some tiny detail tools to clean out all of those little grooves before I finally got out this hemp oil and gave the entire piece a gorgeous drink. The wood transformed before my eyes to this rich, warm, and beautiful red tone. Then I made a new back for the table, lined it with some cool deco-style paper, and then after seeing that the original gold paint was shining up as I was sanding it, I ran a lead test and discovered some old lead paint on the handle. I highlighted my discovery in my safety fable if you want to check it out. I, of course, tossed that one out, ordered a new one, gave it some paint and some gold wax to mimic the finish on the original, and this once cold and drafty table now warmed up the room with its rich timbers and punchy accent paper. Coming in at number 9,
Dylan.
is Dylan. Yes, Dylan. That dude's rakish good looks were obvious even in his extremely beat-up condition. But before I could refresh his looks, I had to tackle his out-of-alignment drawer. After a lot of investigating, I removed the drawer's center guide bar, repositioned it, and then nailed and glued it into place. It was such a great feeling to get that fixed. I can't stand crooked drawers, and neither can the boys. Once Dylan's drawer was nice and straight, he was primed up. And then I added a beautiful gray-green blue over his body and drawer fronts. I sanded his original handles and cool mid-century modern base and left them in their lighter color, and then added some cool drawer liner paper, gave him a new pull for his top drawer that was missing its original, and Dylan, that rascalish rogue, was renewed in a light blue suit and blonde wood accents. And he didn't last long, selling for $425 in just a couple of days.
Dylan, of course, became a new character in our As The Paint Dries cast, and I hear there is another new character hosting a holiday dinner right now that I am sure is completely drama-free. Well, cheers, everyone.
Glossy, this was so super nice of you to have us all over for a holiday dinner.
Yes, well, when I heard that the whole Paint by the Sea High School gang was going to be in town over Christmas, I thought, we should get together and have a little reunion.
Yes, a little reunion. Quiet, uneventful, no drama.
So, Painterly, have you heard? Heard what, Glossy? My Attack of the Hack Award was stolen.
Or maybe some drama.
No, I haven't heard that. Yes, right off the wall. Can you believe that, Painterly? That's incredibly shocking, Glossy. I'm so sorry. And so strange, don't you think, Painterly, that nothing else was stolen? Just my award. That is strange, Glossy.
Yes, very, very strange.
Glossy, I have a confession.
Painterly, confessions at a holiday dinner are usually ill-advised.
Biff, I must.
Okay.
Glossy, I am in possession of your Attack of the Hack Award. I knew it! You stole my award!
Glossy, sit down.
No, Glossy, no, I didn't steal it, I swear, but it was given to me by the person who stole it.
Dylan?
Dylan.
Dylan, you old so-and-so. Babe, I'm sorry. It's just, it seemed like it meant so much more to her. And after all, she did invent chalk paint.
So, I won that award, fair and square.
Actually, Glossy, didn't your dad, Mr. Varnish, get charged with bribing all of the teachers at Paint by the Sea High School?
Well, yes, but what does that have to do with this?
Well, didn't your dad, Mr. Varnish, bribe our furniture flipping teacher, Miss Drytime, so that she would give you the Attack of the Hack Award instead of Painterly?
Well, Daddy had a lot of money and I wanted it, so what's wrong with that? I knew it! I knew I won that award!
Would you please pass the potatoes?
All those years, I suspected there had been foul play.
Oh, and gravy.
Like sawdust, blown deliberately over a top coat.
Ah, cranberry sauce. Painterly, sit down.
Well, I didn't think it would be that big of a deal to you, Painterly.
Have you met Painterly? Literally everything is a big deal to Painterly.
Well, it's just that you always got all the top marks and won all the awards and, well, look at you now, a famous cosmetologist.
I thought she was a dental hygienist. Actually, Painterly's a famous chiropractor.
I can't believe this, everyone. For the last time, I am a...
Painterly, I got this.
Biff.
Painterly is a heart surgeon. She is actually head of Coupleberry Thoracic Surgery at Paint by the Sea Hospital.
Biff, you remembered.
Well, Painterly, you only have to tell me something 20 times, and then, well, I learn it. That was beautiful, dude. Thanks, bro. You're welcome, my man. You're the best, my dude. Man. Bro. Brohim. Brohimarama. Bro Shamalama. Bro Diddlemeyers. Brohima Ding Dong. Professor of Bro. Brohim, it's cold outside. Bro Holiday Rama. What are you broing, Bruniers? I'm dreaming of a bro Christmas. Brohim through the snow. Bro Vasselmeyers. The Brohim open sleigh. My Christmas bro. Holiday bro. Holly jolly brohim. Have a holly jolly bro. Bro diddly. Just like the bros I used to know. Alright, bro Vasselmasely. Bro spectacular.
Our holiday dinner seems to have reached some sort of equilibrium, at least for the moment, so why don't we take this chance to check out number 8, where under some very old veneer, new beauty was unearthed.
This smaller tall boy was a side-of-the-road find, and you can see why. Its veneer was in really rough shape, but I had a hunch there was something underneath it worth saving, so I used my heat gun to loosen the old glue and pulled up the old veneer that was still attached. And then I used some molding material to make an impression of one of the dresser's rosebud pulls. I really wanted to save them, but one of the handles was missing this sweet floral detail. So after I had my impression, I filled it with some Bondo, and I made a replacement. Then I painted the body in a beautiful soft sage green, stenciled the 4 larger drawers with a geometric floral pattern, added some gilding wax to our rosebuds, and sealed everything with some hemp oil. And this once tragic dresser proved it really was lovely underneath it all. Full of texture and subtle interest, it didn't last long either, selling for $395. Coming in at number 7 is another tall boy, a really tall boy, covered in all kinds of dings and scratches and in desperate need of a trim. I cut this guy down, removing his damaged 6th drawer, and then painted him in a gorgeous medium-toned blue suit. I added some custom-tailored highlights for his cool inset pulls, gave him some boss asymmetric pinstripes, a coordinating pattern for his drawer sides, and once his suit fit perfectly, he too was sealed with some hemp oil, which transformed his wood accents to a deep, rich cognac. He got some handsome herringbone paper for his drawers and new shoes, and this old guy became the dashing hero. Sitting sweet in 6th place is this 4-drawer chest I picked up for $15 with all kinds of hidden potential. I did a lot of sanding and repairing, and then I decided to paint her in a soft, fresh pink. To highlight that really cool scalloped drawer edge, I trimmed up some painter's tape and then painted that edge in the same peony color. I added a fresh floral stencil to the top drawer, gave a pink wash to the carved wood bar, planted some rosebud drawer liners, and this unappetizing outcast became the ultimate sweet treat. Almost good enough to eat.
That almost good enough to eat dresser has me craving some holiday treats. Why don't we go see what's going on in the kitchen? Because you never can tell around here who might be donning the chef's hat.
Hello and welcome to Baking with Drea. Today we are going to be creating Darling's famous wine cake recipe. Now don't worry if you are a beginner. Darling regularly pulls this one off, and so you should be just fine. Shall we begin? Now the first thing you want to do is to find this funny looking pan if you have one. I believe it is called a butt cake.
Excuse me.
Oh darling, you're here.
Yes, I just wanted to say it's bunt.
But,
Bunt.
but,
Bunt.
but,
B-U-N-D-T. Bunt.
but,
Bunt.
but,
Bunt.
what,
Bunt.
bun.
Bunt. Bunt. Bunt.
Well, anyway, thank you, darling. You want to find this cake mold pan if you have it with all of the funny ripples, which I think supports the pronunciation I was using. And you want to prep it with a little cooking spray so that your cake does not stick. Nobody wants their cake to stick, darlings. Once your butt cake
Bunt.
butt cake pan is prepped, you can set that off to the side. And now we will also prep the oven by turning it on to 350 degrees. And now, my darlings, it is time to start to mix the ingredients. First, we are going to begin with 4 eggs. 4. If you like to juggle your eggs, you can. But most of us like to skip straight to the part where we put them into the bowl. Don't show off too much, eh? It's not good that I have that on. Making quite a mess. It's probably best to do one thing at a time. Let's try that again. I need a failed egg repository. Where are the sous chefs? Trying that again. The weakest vodka I've ever had. Ooh. 1. 2. This is my 3rd egg, I believe. 3. Oops. 4. And 4. 4th egg. Remember this, darlings. Christmas will only come if you crack the eggs with one hand. All right, my darlings. Next, we will add some apple sauce. 3/4 of a cup. That looks pretty good. Let's stir this up a bit. Good, that's plenty. Okay, we now have an eggy apple sort of slime. So let's get it going, because this is really gross. We're going to start with just a simple yellow cake mix. Darling likes the shortcuts. Everyone thinks she's so thorough with the furniture, but you should see her in the kitchen. Ooh, Shortcut City.
Hey.
Oh, darling, you heard that. Yes, well. And now, my darlings, we are going to add the secret ingredient that darling always does. That is a packet of instant vanilla jello. A small one. A small packet of instant jello. Instant vanilla jello. Very, very fancy. She's so fancy, isn't she? With her packets of pre-packaged baking items. Now, if you are planning to add some type of magical potion or poison to your cake mix, now is the time to do it. And it's always best if you can sift that kind of thing in. What? No. Oh, darling, I'm back.
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt again. I just wanted to make it perfectly clear that we are not poisoning anybody with the wine cake. Yeah, right?
Oh, no, darling, we aren't planning on it this year.
Oh, good.
Well, darling, but you don't know, some of your audience may need to turn some extended family into salamanders temporarily. Perhaps you need to put everybody into a lovely deep sleep just for a few weeks. And who are we to judge, darling?
Well, that would be kind of nice.
My darling, did you or did you not see that this was my segment?
I did.
You didn't you? Yes. And if you interrupt me again, there will be consequences. I'm just gonna go. Thank you, darling. Isn't she adorable? She tries. She tries very hard. Let's finish off our cake mix. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Make sure it is good vanilla. And always, please make sure the very, very best vanilla. None of that crap vanilla, please. Now that you have added your extremely excellent vanilla, you can add your just average nutmeg. This does not have to be anything amazing. Half a teaspoon, darling. All right, it's time to mix. And let's add our last ingredient, shall we? A little bit of cooking sherry. That's why it's called the wine cake, yes? Let's do 3/4 cup. Salt. Heaven! All right, my darlings, I'm going to bump it up. This is a beautiful silky batter. Would you like to see? If you think it's best, you can add a tiny bit more sherry and a sip for you. Because after all, darlings, you are the ones baking, so for God's sake, it should be fun. Oh. All right, my darlings, I think that our batter is ready. It is gorgeous. It is silky. It is shiny. And it smells of vanilla and nutmeg and sherry. And it just smells like Christmas. And so it's time to put it into the butt cake mold. All right, my darlings, into the hot oven. And away we go.
While our potion-free wine cake is baking, why don't we check out one of my most controversial fables of the year? Coming in hot at number 5, you either love it or hate it, it's the paint pour table.
One day away from the dump, I rescued this coffee table and immediately knew it would be the perfect canvas for my first ever paint pour. After many repairs, I primed up the whole table and then painted the base in a rich, dark green. After I decided to stick with that green base, I chose my pour colors, and then I just did a simple watered-down paint pour using an old hairdryer on cool, as well as my slanted garage floor to help move the paint around. This was a very messy process. The garage floor was quite the disaster, but it was also a lot of fun and amazing to watch the paints blend and interact to create beautifully organic designs. Once everything had dried, I added 2 coats of a tough top coat, and what seemed destined for the landfill was now an artistic conversation piece, destined for full cups of coffee. My pick for number 4 is The Senior, my last project in my IKEA hack series, where I used these little IKEA Rost dressers to create 4 distinct looks. For The Senior, I joined 2 dressers together, then painted them black, and then using some basic trim and my miter saw, I created a wood-tiled top in a mirrored diagonal pattern. Then using my Craig jig, I built a new base for the piece. I added a painted feature to the 2 top drawers, and then stained the entire piece in a rich, dark cappuccino color. And our new 6-drawer Senior had the look and style of a piece that would demand 4 times its cost to make.
Our Senior IKEA hack project was also the first that I made into a short here on YouTube, and as of today, it has clocked in at over 2.9 million views. Good job, Senior! Something is smelling really good. I wonder if our cake is ready to come out of the oven. All right, darlings, here we are.
When you feel your cake is cool enough, just take a little knife and work it around the edges. Hello, darling, would you like to come loose? It helps if you talk to it. Encourage. I'm always trying to give darling a little bit of encouragement. Let go. Let go of the bunt back. Then you can shake it, pat it on its backside a little. Don't get too fresh. Grab whatever cake platter you would like to use. This is nothing fancy because darling doesn't own anything really all that nice. This is just a plastic Twirly Susan thing. But it's nice. It's nice to have the cake a little bit elevated. It's kind of like a foot on a piece of furniture. All right, darlings, it's the moment of truth, shall we? I'm sorry, darlings. I know. It's just so exciting. All right, ready? 2, 1. Oh, darlings, did it let go? That's the question. We did it! We did it, my darlings. Look at it. Look at it. Well, my friends, the room. We have all of that adorable fluting and blooping along the edges. It just says Christmas, doesn't it? All right, my darlings, now that our gorgeous, very naked cake is cooled, it is ready to dress up. Here I have a bit of store-bought whipped topping. You absolutely can use real whipped cream, but that's only for people who truly love their families. So work that out for yourselves. I'm going to add just a little tiny drop of my excellent best vanilla, and I'm going to stir that in. The nice thing about using this whipped topping as opposed to the very, very fancy real whipped cream for families who are loved is that all of the terrible preservatives in this whipped topping are going to help to stabilize it, which is nice for traveling if you're taking your cake to a party, and it will look nice on a table displayed for a good long time, darlings. And what we want, of course, is for it to look snowy. Like a beautiful snow has fallen on these beautiful golden hills of cake. Snowy Christmas. Remember, we eat first with our eyes, darlings. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to drizzle and drazzle this tapping around. You can see, darlings, it is not as fluffy as it was. I've kind of turned it into a creme, if you will. Not a cream, a creme. That's a fancier thing. I don't know the difference, but it is, just trust me. And it's just going to kind of floof and drizzle and drazzle all over the inside of our butt cake and of the outside, just as if Mother Nature had snowed all over our cake. Oh, it's like a gigantic frosted donut. All right, my darlings, now that we have a beautiful thing all frosted, I'm going to do a little something extra.
All right, my darlings, you just take a little toothpick and you put your little mini marshmallow on it, and then a little tiny chocolate kiss on the top. And you place them all around your cake, darlings, like little tiny toadstool mushrooms that are growing in little groups of 2s and 3s. And it looks like a gorgeous little woodland fairyland of chocolate and marshmallow.
All right, darlings, now we're going to add a little bit more snow, because you see, we've got snow in the cake, but none on our little toadstools. And so we're just going to sprinkle a little. Look, darlings, it's snowing. It's snowing on the toadstools. It's magical. It's a magical fairyland. Do you want to see up close, darlings? It's snowing. It's snowing. It's snowing. Snow on the toadstools. This is, of course, just powdered sugar, not a poisonous potion. All right, now is the time, darlings, to grab whatever holiday greenery you would like to add to your gorgeous snowy wine cake, because the holidays are about unleashing any tacky whim that you have. I have some greenery here, faux greenery, that's a nice way of saying fake, and I'm just going to tuck it. There's no glitter on this faux. I'm adding it just here and there, my friends. Here and there, everywhere. Don't add real mistletoe or real poinsettias. That would not be good, darlings. You can take a faux, very beautiful piece like this one. This one does have a bit of sparkle on it, but it's not the kind that spreads everywhere like some kind of social disease. This is glitter that stays put, and I can just very, very gently press that into the butt cake's hole. And now I will add a little bit more, because Christmas is about more, darlings. More! Just go for it, darlings. And of course, darlings, you can use real berries. This would be gorgeous with cranberries, strawberries, or raspberries. It would be divine, decorated with peppermint candy canes, but just visually, because I don't like peppermint and nutmeg together. I'm not insane, but you do you. Teeny bit more snow out here on the edges. Oh, darlings, look. Darlings, look at this. Christmas time is here. Shall we go show our hostess? It's really quite good.
That's really good.
It's very good.
That's really, really good.
Very, very good. Delectable. Oh, darling, don't you have something else you need to be doing?
Boy, that's good cake. Coming in at numbers 3 and 2, it has to be our power couple, Painterly and Viv.
A once giant monster of a china hutch, Painterly and Biff were born in my mind the instant I broke them apart. I decided to tackle the top piece first, checking out some different colors and ultimately deciding to go with black. That let me play off the black in the existing wood, so I didn't need to paint everywhere. I added some brown wax to my paint to seal it, and then I took a look at a few paper options, choosing in the end this super cool, funky, bright paper to play off of Painterly's traditional lines. And what was a roadside half of a hole became her own bright light. Whether no doors or all four, this girl's eclectic modern style was off the charts. Once Painterly was finished, I turned my attention to Biff, the sturdy and very dirty lower half. Biff required an aggressive clean, and yes, that is a hose, and I stand by that choice. Biff gave me lots of grief, not the least of which were these very fuzzy drawers, a stubborn old finish that really didn't want to come off, regardless of how much I sanded or chemical stripped it. More sanding. Here I am priming Biff, until finally I painted him his cool neutral suit. Wanting to protect all of that work and Biff's glorious herringbone details on his doors and top, I sealed him up with a flat top coat. And Biff the Beautiful was born. He was a huge hit on Instagram, having many, many admirers. Both he and Painterly sold very quickly for $850 and $600 respectively, and they gave me the chance to flex my writing and acting chops, such as they are, and have a fantastic time bringing them to life for you all. And so, for all those reasons, they are kind of tied for spots 3 and 2.
Oh, that Biff. You know, as tricky as he was, he sure turned out to be one righteous dude. You know, the kind of guy who sticks around after the party and helps you wash up. Dylan. Doing an excellent job.
Yeah, you look great, Beth.
Don't worry, ladies. These dishes will be done in no time.
Wow, look at Beth go.
Yeah, he's really going at those dishes. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you a little secret?
Spell.
What? Biff believes that the best way to seduce a woman is through household chores.
You're kidding.
Seriously? Mm-hmm. What you are witnessing is some of his very best game.
Oh my god.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. All the time we were together, I never loaded the dishwasher.
No way.
For real? Mm-hmm. The house was spotless. Even the baseballs.
He is really good at that.
And he hasn't broken a single one. He dries too. No spots.
Works every time. Merry Christmas, ladies.
Well, we seem to have reached the end of our countdown, and while some folks may have a different favorite fable of this year, for me, it was no contest. Coming in at number 1 is John's Bar.
This little cabinet, probably from the 20s or 30s, I actually paid a whopping $35 for. And you can see why. It was just so cool. I wasn't the only one who had noticed it. My husband John also really seemed to take a shining to it, and so I decided I would make it over for him as a whiskey cabinet for his growing collection. This piece needed many little fixes, too many to touch on here, but one interesting one was this little bite that had been apparently taken out of its leg. I decided to use my molding material again, first taking an impression of an intact leg, and then filling my mold with Bondo before pushing it into place on my wounded leg. After it dried, I pried off that mold and cleaned up the repair with my sander. After this piece was prepped, I began to experience design anxiety, a not too uncommon ailment of someone trying to make something special for someone special. And I ended up with this hot mess. Yep, I was just a tad confused. And so I turned to some custom Art Deco wallpapers for inspiration. John chose a really cool violet blue one with an amazing graphic, and we picked out the perfect color to match in an enamel paint. Then I chose a coordinating stencil that I applied to the top. Did a good 3 coats all over the body, except for some very cool old burl veneers. By the way, really impressed with how that paint laid down. Looking good. And I warmed up its beautiful legs with some Restore finish. Replaced the old wooden shelf with a gorgeous thick custom glass shelf. And John's bar, well, there you have it. Doesn't really need any words, I think.
Well, my friends, that, as they say, is that. I hope you had a wonderful time. From my home to yours, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays of every kind, and a wonderful new year. I can't wait to see you soon with more DIY, more design, and more drama. And so I will see you next year for more Furniture Fables!
This is too much.